got signed.
Yeah, are they working? Seemingly. You want to check if there's echo?
Got signed to the Falcons. Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins?
We were talking about the smoothie shop at Butler.
When you found out that Kirk Cousins.
Where I learned that Kirk Cousins got signed.
I don't
for
remember.
88. We were.
Were we together?
We were together because it was IASB.
Oh, it was ISB. I do remember that. Good call.
And I got a smoothie.
Blazer.
Yeah, I got a smoothie.
I don't know. I don't own one.
I hardly know her.
Yes, you do own one.
I owned one a year ago and it's vanished.
It's gone.
So,
Probably don't fit anymore. Probably too big for
did
you.
you guys beat the Yankees? I don't remember. Last night?
Probably. Yankees are a bunch of.
The rest of the Pirates.
That's so base.
Don't button suits when you're sitting down.
Mariners have won like
Paul Ske-
8
Paul-
straight.
Oh, yeah. Paul Skeen's ERA is down like 1.8.
It's not Nathan Eovaldi's. He's like 1.6, bro.
Eovaldi is my goat. He's
like
doing
he's
so
about to
good.
win a Cy Young. Anyway,
He should.
we're talking about baseball.
Texas Rangers learn
Is
how
there
to
echo?
hit the ball challenge. Impossible.
Yeah, just like
Sorry. Shut up, Windows.
all right, yeah, we're cool. I don't understand how it's. You think based? All right. So it's that day. It's that time of year. Final game of the DBL this season. The
Today is the
championship.
day.
We're here.
Rookie Rangers and Buckle Elite facing off in a matter of an hour. 6 o'clock right now.
Who would have thought? It's crazy. I never, going into the year, we thought, the Ball Demons had that super team roster. That was basically everybody's championship pick as well with the sausages. But, as the season went on, we thought Wham, and what happened yesterday? The miracle.
The miracle.
The miracle.
I think that's a little crazy, but I don't
It just
disagree.
felt like a.
It felt like an impossible game.
Felt like a movie.
Felt like a movie.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of that game, there it is. The Rangers pulled off the upset behind 25 from Dickey and 26 from Kane, defeating Wham, who, even though being the higher seed, they were the 4 to the Rangers being the 3. They were the favorites by 4.5 points, and the Rangers ended up winning by 4. What do you were 3 of us were there. Obviously, I was watching. Isaac, you were watching. Dylan, you were there. It was a really good game. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game to watch. From the start, it was back and forth, and Wham started to pull away a bit, actually. We thought it was over. Thought, just Wham was going to do their thing. Got within 10 points. I think we were down 8 going to the 4th. Clawed back, and, it was back and forth from down then. Then got that comfortable lead in the end. They just couldn't get back, and DeAndre fouling out was a big loss for Wham as well. Usually he's been showing up. They've had clutch moments already in the playoffs. Against Sausages, they were down, and DeAndre was the guy to come up in the clutch, but he was out the game, so he couldn't do that.
Yeah, for sure. And it was kind of a scary game, going into that second half. Both teams were playing great, but you could tell that Wham definitely had the edge for that first half, and even that third quarter. They still were there. What scared me on the Rangers' behalf was when Belo got to 5 fouls, because I figured if Belo fouls out, the game's over. He's the biggest guy they got. He is like the core of the defense for the Rangers, and you need him blocking those shots, and he did. He had a few like crucial blocks last night, and steals, yeah. And without Belo, I don't know if it would have happened. So the fact that Belo started getting a lot more careful after he got that 5th foul, I think helped them a lot. And I also think that in that fourth quarter, Jason and DeAndre's chemistry definitely started to fall, and that definitely didn't help Wham.
Belo is the keystone of the Randers, I think, but they're truly a very well spread out team. They don't have a weak man on their roster. They all bring their all, and I think that's what makes them amazing.
Well, I also think a big thing that helped them out last night was that I feel like they went in knowing that they probably weren't going to win, and mindset's a lot. Especially when you're going up against a team like Wham. And I think that if they would have gone in thinking, oh, we got this, then it wouldn't have been the same way. But because they went in knowing they're the underdog and that they probably weren't going to win, I think that gave them the edge they needed to pull through in that fourth quarter.
They didn't get cocky.
Yeah, Cameron Cox actually said last night, he was on the way to the game talking with Belo about being the underdog in that game. And I was talking about how being the underdog means you come on, just play free, just play ball. Don't put pressure on you, just, being told to do your job, you just get to play, you just get to have fun with it. So I think that's really what won this game. Hopefully the same for them tonight. I wish them luck. very excited to see, something as great as what happened last night happens again tonight. Hopefully with as much energy King Maples has arrived on the way.
He's here to practice early.
Yeah. Bring the energy.
Man, the legend.
Indeed. What is his hair routine? Will we ever know?
I think, yeah, it was a really good game.
Sweat in a blow dryer.
Yeah, it was really good for the Randers to get that win yesterday, and it showed a lot of heart and a lot of grit, especially playing a man down. We did not have Carson.
Yes, Carson was
And
gone.
he has always kind of been one of our key pieces to give teams about 20 points a game, and we just didn't have him yesterday because of football, which is all right. I don't think it was beneficial. I think we could have used the extra man, but it spread out the offense, which is something I predicted in game day. It kind of allowed our guys to kind of work on their own offense. And then what I loved yesterday was, like you were talking about, Bilo. He could not shoot well. Only had 7 points in the game and still got 4 and 4 on the steals and blocks. And those were late game key moments. Yeah, a big deal there. So I'm really proud of the Randers for what they did yesterday, and I'm hoping we can get the championship today.
His 5 points though in the fourth quarter, those were crucial. Those were
Absolutely.
very clutch 5 points. Those
Yeah.
were what you needed
Yeah.
at that moment. They were late.
Bilo, clutch
He
player.
showed up when it mattered.
for sure.
He brings it when he needs it. What did you write on your paper there, Isaac?
Just some
In the little
stats.
corner?
That was Dylan.
Ah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know that.
okay.
But we're not talking about that.
Especially now when we're talking about the Ticklers.
No.
That's
Yeah, we're moving
that's
on.
not
We're
very
moving
that's
on to
not very
Ticklers.
churchly of us. So
It's
the
not.
Ticklers, as I think everyone in the league predicted yesterday, just couldn't get it done with a 3-man roster facing off against Buckle Elite.
It was a hard watch.
Yeah, it really was.
It really
20,
was. It wasn't
20 and
serious.
20 from Davian Withers there, and yeah, it just wasn't a great game for the Ticklers.
Well, and it was really sad because you could
You could tell, especially for that first quarter. Well, because Tickles even got ahead of Buckle there at the beginning. And it's good. I think that Buckle knew they had it in the bag. And they were kind of just playing around for that first quarter, especially.
But
Caswell actually really showed out for the Ticklers. Made that game
made
that
that
score a little closer than it maybe would have been otherwise had he not been there.
But yeah,
it really
just
just like
it was interesting
seeing
seeing
the energy
shift
shift from the Randers game to the Ticklers game. Because
had it been the Hammerheads instead of the Ticklers, it would have been a different game. And I think Buckle knew that. And I honestly think that kind of gives Buckle a disadvantage going into tonight, because Buckle hasn't had that game they've really had to work for yet in the playoffs, and this is going to be it for them. And so if they don't know what to bring to the table
to beat a higher level team like the Randers, then I think it's a big disadvantage for them. The Randers had that game last night with Wham.
Yeah, I mean, watching this game last night, of course, in the Ticklers, same at 25 points. He's always performing. Definitely the best player on that team, I think.
Oh, no doubt.
But what surprised me a lot from that game was Tyler Neese, the smallest guy on the floor, getting 14 boards. I don't know. It was kind of funny, as that game went on, Sam was just losing his mind on the stream, just how that kid was getting all the boards. But it was pretty funny. But, Buckle Lee, had dominance from the duo they have down low. D, 24 points, and Brady, 10 points, 12 boards.
Well, and Jeremy was playing too.
Jeremy was
actually playing
out of
best
his
game
mind.
of the season.
That was insane. 16 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, the guy was on one last night. He's been averaging 2 points all playoffs until that moment.
But he really did something.
He really showed up.
Yeah, that performance from Jeremy was really something, especially because he's kind of had a pretty lackluster season, statistically, and even if you just watch him play. So it was nice to see a guy get his playoff moment. The crowd was going nuts for him whenever he hit a 3 or something. So that was fun to see, and just kind of what Buckle needed as a spark plug guy off the bench, because this game was around 7 at halftime. It was ugly. It was like 32-25, and then Buckle kind of finally figured out and stopped playing with their food a little bit and ran away from it. Alrighty. So now I just kind of have an open question for you guys, which was, what is your favorite moment from the DBL this season? It can be a play, it can be something from game day, it can be anything that you saw this year, or moments if you got multiple. I don't know. Yeah.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
I got 2 that pop into my head.
One being watching Giggle Gang Fondlers here. That was absolutely goofy game. Both teams were obviously trying and playing, but you can't pit Giggle Gang up against a team like the Fondlers. Even though they were winning for that first quarter, if you recall. You might have been, but it was.
I think it was one of the weeks you had.
That was an
one of the
absolutely
games. Yeah.
goofy game. But it was just so fun. And everybody was just trying to have a good time. And then I think my other moment has to be, I guess, has to be just that entire Rangers game. Really that Rangers fourth quarter, and then also Withers' dunk at the end of that game. I was waiting for him to get that dunk in all game, and he finally hit it there at the end. So those are my moments.
Maybe your moments probably at any time. Brennan was mic'd up.
That was a fun one. That was a good time. I had fun making that.
It was truly hilarious. I enjoyed that one getting copyright claimed as well.
Oh yeah, our YouTube stream they got copyright claimed. Yeah.
Brennan might go.
Suck it up, YouTube.
We can't make money.
No, bro. I think that for me, the regular season was kind of lackluster compared to 2024's regular season. There were some moments here and there, some good games. That Wham Hammerheads overtime game was one for sure that was notable. And then, like, some of the moments from week one. Week one was really good, but yeah, I think that most of these playoff games have been awesome. Oh, yeah. I mean, it started it off the first weekend. You had Fondlers going down in a crazy upset against the Creamies. You have Skills Kills just cannot get it done against the Pirates, and what was maybe one of the better games of the whole tournament so far. Brandon Fields and Yves going back and forth.
Two underrated teams.
The Bryce Garland, Unks Inc. and Blue Devils, the Dairy King game that it will forever be known as, late night on the driveway. That was electric as the rest of the Randers are piling in today.
We got Carson. We got Below.
You trying to find the moment?
We got Cam.
All right, we're pulling that up. And then even, the more and more you go, the Randers Wham game yesterday, just everything. It's been a really good playoffs for what was not a crazy regular season.
Below.
Let's get it. You can't find it. All right, Commissioner,
This is your league.
This is your drive.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite moments, I'll just start with the team aspect and the Munches this year. My favorite moment was our win against the Hammerheads. Finally, good. Munches, it is kind of crooked. He's not in camera. What?
Yeah, I know.
That's the point.
He's not
yeah.
We got 3 cameras.
The team aspect, I loved our win against the Hammerheads. The Munches, we never had like a big win like that. So finally getting a win that day felt amazing. I didn't even have to play most of the fourth. I let Delbert come in for a bit, and I told him just play defense. I'll come in the halfway. He impressed me a lot. He just stuck through the fourth quarter. I just coached on the sideline. I was like, you got this, bro. That was amazing. I loved that. It was a great team win. One of my favorite moments from the whole season, though, I think just the atmosphere last night from the Randers and Wham game was amazing, especially the end, But also just the atmospheres we've had in the playoffs so far have been great, especially the Blue Devils and Unks Inc. game. The Dairy King shot her around the world. That shot got me in trouble, so I'm very grateful for that, actually. It was an amazing moment.
One shining moment.
It's been a crazy good playoff, so. Alrighty. That takes us into what people have really been seemingly waiting for, the game picks. A little bit of locker room material for some teams here. We got it going in table order here, starting off with myself at the front end of it. And I think we all know where this is going. I'm going with the Rucky Randers today. I think that Buckle is honestly a better team than the Wham team we played yesterday due to lack of Owen Shepard for Wham. I think that kind of changed things for us, which none of us even mentioned it. Yeah, for us, that's true. Yeah. But I think the Buckle, this will be a great game, but I think the Randers get it done. I can't bet against my guys.
We love our guys. We like our guys.
So I'm going with the Randers. Isaac, I'm going to pass it to you.
Yeah, so put a lot of thought into this last night. I love this Randers team. Oh, no. I love this Randers team. But, I'm going to go with Buckle because I believe either team can win this game. But the truth, I'm just going to spit the truth out. The reason I'm picking Buckle is because every time everyone this table right here picks the same team, they lose. I'm not letting that happen. So basically, I'm taking Buckle.
It's reverse psychology in a way.
It is.
We saw it happen in the Holy Hoop.
I believe in the Randers, but Buckle will not surprise me if they win.
If Buckle do win, it would be
They almost got out of competition early.
Yeah.
And they've had a controversial run. Beyond taking Randers. And I was talking about it earlier, and I still think that it really stands true that Buckle hasn't had a game that has really tested them yet, and Randers already have. Randers had it yesterday. Randers know how to go through that, and they have Carson today. And Carson's a big part of that team. And watching
Buffalo play last night, like, yes, they're a good team. Obviously, they're a good team. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. I don't think they're good enough. But I guess we're going to see. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means. I think it'll still be a really good game.
Need a classic.
But we'll see.
All right, Reese.
My vote's
Rangers.
Hands down. I've been saying this. I said this last year. I've been saying it all year this year.
I don't think he was listening.
Rangers are my
goats.
Rangers are my boys.
Of
all them. I think they're a great, well-balanced team. And I think they all bring out the best in each other. And I think, like what Dylan said, Buffalo just recently really hasn't had a huge challenge in these playoffs. Kind of had it easy.
Their game against Snakes was a one.
I think
we all keep forgetting.
The Snakes game was a close game, but the thing about it was just ugly. So I don't think
it wasn't a good test, but it was just ugly.
But the reason they won because they persevered through it, even though
That's true.
But yeah, they persevered through it. Even though Brady Floyd was to be out, but they're a year down. So
Had Brady been there, it would not have been.
No. He stepped up bounds on the play. That's what I was just talking about. And no one called it. Wrong camera.
that's the wrong one.
This one.
But yeah, Rangers might pick. I had it in my. Hold on. Everybody say hi first. I had it in my bracket. Rangers are my picks.
But I think it also, but one more thing. I think it's also going to matter if we stick with one ball or not tonight. If a ball goes into the pool or not, it may just impact things. Because we've seen in the past that Carson really can't hit shots if they change the ball. and so if the ball doesn't go into the pool tonight, then I think Rangers really got a really good shot. But if you got to change balls, you might just want to take Carson. Might just want to take Carson out of the game if that happens.
They gotta lock in.
Yeah, we need a ref that can really keep that ball in.
Yeah, someone needs to be ref.
Jackson Hunt.
The fans agree with you. I think it was a really close vote, but they go with Buckle here, which is interesting for sure. I think that's kind of, I don't know. The fans usually have been kind of 50-50. They've kind of been whatever this playoffs. So we'll see if that's.
This was a scheme. I was pretty pressured.
I also don't think the fans have really been on Rangers' side this whole season.
I mean,
no.
The Creamies game though, the Creamies just have one of the biggest fan bases in the DBL. So they got.
That's
I love the Creamies. I love the Creamies.
It's hard to hate them. Like it really is hard to hate them.
Big brands. We had to play the Munchies. We had to play the Creamies. We had to play likable teams. So someone's got to be the.
Well, and you had to play the likable teams, and you played what was going to end up being the #1 pick to win everything.
Yeah.
So Rangers kind of have built a villain story for themselves, but I'd like to see them win still.
You didn't hear what I said.
Even Randers.
I'm gonna explain to him after this.
Well, hey, tune into the live stream or pull up, be here, pack the driveway. We got one more game.
You don't get a
It's
part
the
of
last
the
one.